7:23 in the morning. I had to switch on my Chromecast so I could basically show the time. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We are starting some tests. Well, I shouldn't be doing it today, Sunday, but just want to see that curiosity. That's what it is. That's my weak point, that curiosity. But this stuff has extremely good, insane potential on what it can do. Right now, we're outside. We have the screen outside at 7:27 because I literally have to figure out areas in the house that are going to have enough light to give the screen some competition. Because right now, my house is extremely bright. We all know that you know, my environments where I have my screens that are much brighter than anybody else that does demonstrations. So just trying to figure out where we can stick this screen at to get it to be able to see how it's going to react to ambient light. So this will be out here for the remainder of the day, back and forth. See how much ambient light the screen can take in. As I said before, with the technology, there's no place in the house really. Maybe the living room draws in a lot of light. We need an area that's really bright in the house to be able to work with that screen. So, as I said before, that the 21s have several different forms. This is the one that's outside right now. This is the one we have outside. This, on the other hand, is the dark gray version of the technology. And then we're going to have a black and a high grade silver. So today, that's actually a reflection bouncing off the glass. So today I'm going to be coating this one, and I got another screen downstairs that has to be coated. As for the website, where are my stands at? Where are my stands? Never, ever in the same spot where I'm at. Bet you it's upstairs somewhere. Yep, it's upstairs somewhere. I have to go hunt for my stand. I have no idea where I put it at. Ah, man. It's got to be somewhere around here. It's probably upstairs in the bedroom. Usually try to leave it downstairs because I know that I have to come back downstairs. Let me see what's going on in here. Yep, found it by the door. Put it half open. Make it even harder for me to get down the stairs. Yeah, sorry about in the bathroom. I always leave this upstairs, mostly upstairs. So anyway, as I said before, that the screen has really good potential. So I'm going to be removing this one. I'm coating that one to the darker version of that technology right there. I am dying to do some demonstrations against some certified screens versus that technology. That's what I can't wait to do. So right now, I had to remove my 235.1 off my wall, which is a pretty big screen. Disconnect my projector to get this set up, because I decided that I'm converting this to a 21. To remove my stuff here. So as for most of the paints on the website, excuse me about that, they were removed. So a lot of the paints were removed off the website. plastic that fast that quick. That far over. So right now I'm getting ready because I have to test one of the formulas today. And that one right there outside is the one we displayed yesterday. So we have another one already made for the day. I told you there's 4 of them, they're already made. We have a black one, we have a blue one, we have a dark gray one, and we have that interesting one that's sitting outside right now that's displaying its image at 1%. So these new 21s, I also forgot to tell you the technology is rare too. But they're going to be, they're going to have an interesting little nickname attached to them. Let's see, where do we need that from? We need scissors. Never ever have scissors when I need them. Never have scissors when I need them. Either here or there. But they're always somewhere. Ooh, that would be a hot name for a screen. Yeah, I'm using that name. That would be a really hot name for a black screen. Well, that's pretty much what it's going to be when we get done with it. That's definitely what it's going to be when we get done. It's definitely going to be that. That's a really hot name for a screen. Alright, we can find screws. We gotta cut this, strand this, paint with that. Can't be done inside the suit. We can't go inside. There's no way we can do this test inside. It's not going to work. You know, all ambient light rejection testing technology has to be done outside. Do it inside is cheating. It's too easy. That stuff is designed to basically form it. That's not going to work. This has to be done outside. We're now at, I think, around 8 o'clock. Getting there. Woo! That went down the wrong way. Not the wrong way. Too bad. All right. So while that one actually performs this test outside, we'll work on something new. I made 2 cords of this stuff for myself because I got plenty of testing. This is a darker gray version of the technology. It looks black, but this is actually a dark gray. This will also be tested outside. The way this stuff is designed, there's no point, there's nothing in the house that we have that's bright enough. We use this stuff in the house, it's cheating on the ambient light rejection test because the stuff is that powerful. We have to go outside to do those tests. That's why the screen's sitting outside right now at 7 o'clock in the morning performing its tests. Now, we do an inside demonstration. You know, it's just for kicks and giggles. That's pretty much it. Stuff inside the house will blow up like that with no problem. But the real tests have to be done outside. I haven't had a chance to test this against other screens yet, but that's a long way off. So now we have 4 versions of this technology. And it was enough for us to be able to remove out of 100%, I'd say 60% of our screen paints were removed off the website last night to make room for this stuff. This is how good this stuff is. I even had some company inquiries about it because the technology can pull images outside. Can you imagine watching a football game at 12 o'clock in the afternoon? Yep. All right, let me get this one done. I need to, what do we need? We need here, oh, the roller. The roller. Unfortunately, the price of the technology is not going to be the same as other prices. Sorry about that, but stuff is a bit expensive to make. But under the price of the screens that are out on the market, for what they charge, it's considered to be an extremely good price. So, all this is being recorded on record. What we're going to be doing today is we have 1 screen outside that is being tested for the ambient light. We did that early in the afternoon. We're doing that in the morning. This test is going to be recorded for records that we're doing a new test on a new formula, which is a darker version with a darker gray. And probably on Monday, we'll resume another test on the black version of the technology under 21. And then there's a high-grade silver version of it that will be tested out on Tuesday. The ambient light rejection test will all be performed outside. The screen paint is inside and outside, but like I said, in order to show you the maximum abilities of the screen's ambient light rejection technology, they have to be done outside. Okie doke, let's get this going, get all this on record. For those of you who don't know what's going on, this video is just for recording for records. So we can and all our videos we do live are just for records. Anytime we bring out something new, it has to be recorded live. Majority of most screens that are developed, their first test do not start off outside at all, period. This is the first screen paint I've seen. I've done the research already. Went online, searched the internet to see how many companies are actually doing their first test performance on their screens outside at 1%. There's none. Now, of course, in all my videos, I don't never take this on as myself. This is not my own works. It's work with my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. It blesses me every day to be able to get up and do this. Without Him, this could not be done. So remember that when you get this, it has to be steriled thoroughly before you apply this. You have two ways you can put this on. It can be done with a paint roller. Do not use a foam paint roller. Use a regular everyday mat roller. That is all that is needed. That I'm using here in the demonstration right here. This is what you need. That's it. Do not use a foam roller. There will be instructions that will come with the product, explaining to you how you apply it. It's very, very easy. Tested it last night on ultra short throw. Came up beautiful, absolutely beautiful on ultra short throw. Had no problems whatsoever. Usually people figure something has a really high gain to it, that ultra short throws are going to have a problem, and it doesn't have a problem with the ultra short throws. There you go again. After you stir it, there you go, done. All right. Let's lean you over a little bit. I'm going to paint over one of our previous screens. I'm going to get myself some carbonated cardboard. I think that's what it's called. Because it's easier to do that than it is to lug up them big old screens in the basement. I got to get me some kind of plastic to paint on. I'll get my tape just in case. I don't want this falling over. Because my stand is weird. $743. The screen is still producing an image with no problem. So usually how we find out when a screen can activate, as I said before, has to sit out there all day. Has to sit out there all day so you can see when that screen activates at its best. Here we go, stand is secure. That's good. All right, let's begin. Very easy to apply. And you can see I like to do my corners. That's what you always see me do. My corners first. It's the most easy application you ever put on. You've got two options. You can spray this on. You can roll this on. It's up to you. I think I might have put down too much. This stuff is very, very, very concentrated. Got Squeaky with me today. That's what I named my roller. Mr. Squeaky. Back and forth. See that? Good thing I did to my floor. That's like my floor. Mr. Squeaky. Yeah, I have a squeaky roller. Very, very squeaky. Very squeaky. I got everything. Roller. This is actually one of the best rollers I've ever purchased, and that's the reason why I refuse to get rid of it. One of the best ones. Really smooth. the WD-40, but man, I like that squeaky sound. All right, we're done. That's basically about it. Let me go get myself, excuse me about that. I'm gonna get myself a fan. Find one. That's one thing I like to lose in my house is my fans. Ah, found one. There we go. Time right now on record, we're at 7:47. And she's still doing quite well at 1%. Probably seeing the reflection of the glass, probably so. We need to open up a window to tell you the truth. Oh, much better. I'm curious when I put my shade up over top, like how would it react? Because people ask me that all the time. Like, if I put a shade up, can I still use it? So we got to test that too. There's a lot of stuff we got to test, but still, this is fun. Get some air getting in here while that screen dries so we can get ready in there. It's interesting that paint's first test. Well, we did one in the window. The window was too easy. It was way too easy sitting in the window. That wasn't enough. I had to stick that thing outside because I was curious exactly how it's going to react outside. It did quite well. It did extremely well outside. So we can pull that image at 7:43. That means inside the house, anywhere, it's going to be pretty much a cakewalk. There's nothing out there protecting that screen. There's no walls, no ceilings. There's nothing out there protecting it at all. Doesn't have the comfort of a window blocking, none of that. It's taking all that light in, it's no problem. And that's one of the lightest, no, the silver. When the silver gets done, the silver is going to be the lightest of that technology. I got to show you a demonstration with the lights out. Last night I didn't do any recording. I was playing around with it last night. Last night I did lights out. Oh my goodness. You think that thing looks impressive with the lights on in the house. Good gracious. See, I think I just snagged the date. Oh, it's still running. Okay, I'm good. I snagged my controller. Snagged my phone. Yeah, good gracious. Insane. Insane. Now, with this stuff, like I said, it's a little different. We're going to advise you to apply 2 coats. Like I said, it's very easy to do. Put the first one and the second one, you're done. That's all. Just to make sure you hit all your spots. And if you miss a spot and you have to roll over, it's going to blend right in evenly. This stuff was designed a little differently. Okie doke. Okie dokie. Alright. This one's going to be labeled on the website as a professional kit, like I said, but it's very easy to do. Screen's dry already. Don't take long for it to dry. But we're going to put a second coat on. Very easy to do. And like I said, usually when we work with a formula that's thin like milk, you say that's what we call it, thin like milk, usually they have to be sprayed on or the screen will streak like crazy. Something was added, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but a solution was added so basically that we wouldn't have that problem. Same thing like a solution was added with the Black Novas and certain screen paints we make so you can get more coverage out of it. Because one of my demonstrations, I don't know if you saw that, I still can't believe I got a quart and less to paint 135 outside. See, it's me pulling my tape at the same time. This is going to look really beautiful. We got the Limitless has been discontinued. The Limitless 17 is going to be upgraded to a 21. There's a really cool name attached to that one. We got two names we're going to attach to that, but we haven't decided which one's going to be. It is going to be a lot brighter than what it usually was. So, like I said, it's going to have 21 technology embedded into it. Let's go again, people. Like I said, very easy to do. I want to shake it up a little bit. This time we put a little bit down because I went overboard. Too much down. You see how it comes down? It sounds just like rain when it drops. So you have two options with this stuff. If you're handy with a paint sprayer, then use a paint sprayer. If not, just use an everyday 9-inch gnat roller. That's all you need. As always, I like to get my corners. That's what I start off with. Doing my corners. May need a little bit more. My roller loose. Yeah, it's a bit loose. There we go. Now, we're going to have to do a piece of plexiglass for testing because the plexiglass, and thank goodness we've been having some bad weather, the plexiglass is going to be needed for weather conditions. Going to coat a piece of plexiglass, and how we test to see if it's going to crack or peel, what we do is we coat the plexiglass, and we about a piece about that big, and we submerge it in water. Leave that in the backyard for a while. See how long it takes for it to peel or crack or any of that crazy stuff. See, I'm all over the place with this. I can't get all over the place with this. You can get that straightened out later. I want to make sure you just get everything in. So we just go back over it again. That's all. Pretty easy. So the coats dry extremely fast. I say less than 20 minutes with a fan. We're going to do some interesting surfaces, so we're going to order some plexiglass and stuff like that. And like I said, if you're not handy with a paint sprayer is not your thing, you're intimidated with it, roll it on. Right now, I'm very good with a paint sprayer. Using a paint sprayer. Before I even got into this business, I used to paint. So I'm very handy with a paint sprayer, but for me to use a paint sprayer in this area right now, in this area right here, it ain't gonna work too well. Because keep in mind, like I said, when you're using a paint sprayer, there's residue that comes down out of a paint sprayer. And that stuff basically will leave a dusting on your furniture. That's why you're going to have to tape off everything in your house, treat it like a crime scene. So it is easier for me to roll this. Now, if I'm outside, I'm doing a massive application, like a 180 inch, 200 inch screen. Yeah, I'm spraying that. I'm outside, I'm not worried about any residue hitting any place. Yeah, we're good. All right, so put this one back in the bag and let this dry out. Now, this is not a black. Some people looking at this saying, oh, that's gotta be a black. It's not a black, it's a dark gray. That's what it is. You'll notice the blacks when you see those. You will definitely notice those. They're very, very dark. They're very dark. That's a gray screen. And then we're going to do a high-grade silver. That's going to be next. That's going to be the next one, high-grade silver. So let me put my fan on. Go back outside, go back out. Check out the other screen. See what time we got. 7:57. See, be careful about sitting here with a camera. We got people playing golf over there. Like, is this guy recording us? No, I'm recording the screen. But they don't know that. They don't know that. All they see is me out here with a camera. Oops, I'm blocking half my screen. There we go. That's what they see. They think I'm recording them. I'm not recording at all. Oh, I forgot the floodlights were hitting it too. I forgot I left those on. So the screen, not only is the screen basically taking in all the lights being hit with the floodlights at the same time. Didn't realize sorry about that. Didn't realize the floodlights are on. I left them on. So think about how hilarious that is that I'm up there thinking that, okay, yeah, it's taking in the light with no problem, but there were floodlights actually hitting the screen at the same time. I forgot I left my floods on. So that has one anyway. So that's even more impressive. They're probably getting a reflection off my phone. There you go. So there, the entire time I was recording, my floodlights were nailing my screen at the same time. All the ambient light was hitting it, and I was still seeing an image. That's interesting. That's a funny one right there. That's a real funny one right there. Well, they got the red shirts out today. Those are clubs. Usually when you see them out in the red shirts out there playing golf, yeah, those are the clubs. Different. I mean, they must be having a tournament, because usually when I'm seeing the red shirts come out, I mean, they're going to be having a tournament out there. Where can I set this at? I can get a good view without the reflection of my phone bouncing off my, as you're seeing, it's orange piece, and I gotta have this for records. I couldn't have it for records. Got a piece of my phone bouncing off of it. There we go, that's better. And then we'll get that while the other screen dries. So just to add, that technology sitting outside is only at 1% done. That's a beginning stage of the technology. It's nowhere near completed. And it's already pulling an image outside. So imagine, well, we did demonstrations of it inside. We did a demonstration of it against the sofa. I think I showed a sneak peek of the 21. We stuck it in the window, which was fun, sticking it in the window. That was pretty interesting, to stick the thing in the window. I'm going to do my 235.1. Yep, I'm converting mine over to a 21 today. Remember I showed you about that, what's that screen called? That purple screen we designed. I was so impressed by that screen, I painted 135 of it, and that screen is absolutely gorgeous. Sad thing about it is that it was pulled off the site. It's no longer available. None of the exotics are available anymore. There were some of the paints that were pulled off. We pulled off a lot of them to make way for that technology right there. But if you had a chance to order that paint, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, well, you know, hey, it happens. I get something else. Absolutely gorgeous. Was it gorgeous, George? It was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. You enjoy the 21s. Only thing I gotta warn you, price is not going to be the same, so just to let you know. So the test that we'll be doing under that technology will be under all certified screens. And keep in mind, for the price of what that screen can do right now, pretty much there's no other screen right now that actually can do what that screen's doing at 1%. So it's going to be worth its price. You can literally paint this stuff up inside your store on a wall and have window light hitting it, and it's not going to affect the screen. How many companies are going to be buying this technology because they can spray or paint this stuff up on their walls in their showroom, and it's not going to be affected by any of the lights. It's not going to be affected by the windows. It's not even going to be affected by pretty much nothing. It's producing that image outside at 1%. It's not going to have a problem. All right. We're drying here. We're going to let this one chill out here for a bit. We'll be back for it. I need my 720p projector because in this demonstration and throughout the entire demonstration, we will not be using any of the 1080p projectors at all. I don't own a 4K, there's no point in me owning that. We're going to be using only 720p 600 by 800 res. That's all we're going to be using for the demonstration, just to show you exactly how powerful these screens are. You don't have to go overboard by buying these expensive, overpriced projectors. And keep in mind, in most of the demonstrations I've seen, they buy the most expensive projector anyway, because you're thinking which one's doing the work. All right, so let's skedaddle from here. Let's go in here and let's test this other screen out so we can see where that stands at. I'm going to be here. That's pretty good. That's good. Thank you, Jesus. I displayed this on Facebook, I think right after I did the demonstration on YouTube. Boy, when we was watching, now keep in mind, Facebook I can get away with a little bit more stuff than YouTube. I can show some movies on there. We're watching Transformers out there, Avatar, and I was doing, what was that to watch? Oh, I was watching a football game outside around the time at, who started that off at? 5:36. Yeah, I got a lot of email out for that one. A lot of companies inquiring that one. So, but I like the fact that you can roll it on because, like I said, a lot of people aren't good with a sprayer. Sprayer can be intimidating. First time I used a sprayer, yeah, it was freaking intimidating. And I went with a cup and a bowl, if you know what that is. Using a cup and a bowl, whoop, it's not something that I enjoy. First time doing it. Now, cup and a bowl. And then you gotta flush out the hose and everything else. Yeah, that's how I started the first paint sprayers. Yeah, they become intimidating. So I can understand that. So we wanted something that the customer can either spray or roll, and even if it is a little loose, a little milky, they can still use it without worrying about the screen streaking. Now the screen outside was actually rolled on. It was never sprayed. That was the first one that was done. All right, so let's get cracking Jackson with this one. So we can start, I can get my screen done because my screen can be painted in the same thing this one's going to be painted in. Disconnect my projector. Or, put that over there. My projector doesn't get jacked up. Wires, wires, wires all over the place. We didn't disconnect, did we? We never did disconnect. Probably so. Okie doke. Let me move you guys up a little over here. Got a little confusion going on in this mess over here. Ooh, la-di-da. It's nice and bright. Look at that. That is nice and bright. Yes, yeah. So it was a good option to remove some of those products. So yeah, this is going to be this new stuff. This is going to be it. I like the fact that you can roll this on, you know, because for me personally, I can't be able to paint spray. I got to do a paint spray downstairs in the basement, but there's only so much I could do it because look at the size of my screen over here. You think I'm going to spray this thing? Oh, heck no. I'm going to roll it on and be done. I'm about to put this on 235.1 right now. Ooh. So I disconnected my my projector because I want to be to do my screen. Like this. All right, remote controls in my messy house. I don't know which it is, gotta grab both of them. All right, let me bring y'all over here. All right. Let's see what we get here. Is this the right one? Nope. Is this the right one? Oh, I hate it, man. The delay in these things sometimes drive me a little nuts. There it is right there. Okay. But that's the one thing I love the screen. The fact that, because usually, like I said, screens that would have that kind of texture to it would be runny like milk. You had to spray that screen in, because like I said, it would streak the daylights out of the screen if you did that. But like I said, that solution that the Lord gave me to put in there, oh man, that's a freaking dream. You have no idea. Background pop art relaxing. I'm gonna look at this real quick. It's gonna make it so much easier for my customers to apply the surface. So much easier for them. Now, I do advise, try not to have any heavy imperfections in your surface, because this surface is heavily imperfect. It's a styrofoam. This is my styrofoam screen, so it's been beat up. It's been knocked down the stairs. That's why you might see little things in the screen. That's from the screen itself. The screen is taking a beating. This is styrofoam. And if you're going to be painting a styrofoam screen, I suggest using insulating styrofoam. Do not use that what do you call it? That white styrofoam, because you'll be there forever trying to paint that nightmare in. I've done one already. Trust me, you don't want to do it. It worked. It just took a while to do it. Because you got to get into all those little nooks and crannies. Wow. So mind you, this is the dark gray. This is not the black. I know it looks black. Remember when we did the, what was it called? Oh my goodness, that dark gray screen looked like it was black. Can't think of the name of it. It's in here, it sounded like a horse back here. Platinum Eclipse. Platinum Eclipse like they were black. When I did a demonstration on that, I thought that screen was black. I was like, nope, 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 that screen is actually dark gray. I'm about to do a motorized projection screen on this too. So I get to have some fun with this. So I get to throw all kinds of stuff at it. Do motorized projection screens. I got fixed frame screens here so I can play with that. I'm not going to do my two screens upstairs because they're already coated. But I'm going to do a motorized projection screen, plexiglass, wood, sheet metal, just about everything I can get my hands on. I can just order all that from Amazon and just start rolling it over. This thing's going to pass every single test with no problem. It's already doing the outside demonstration without a problem whatsoever. It's going to pass every single test with no problem. So automatically, I already know. One of the things when it comes to our screen paints is the hardest test to pass is the outside, and they're actually doing the outside right now. That looks pretty good. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Let me see what else we got here. This is why I need to get that that carbonated cardboard. I think that's what it's called, because I need something where I can actually transfer sheets up and down the stairs. Transferring aluminum fixed frame screens up and down the stairs, it's freaking heavy, very heavy. I need to get some styrofoam. That's what I need to do, get some sheets of styrofoam. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, I'm happy and convinced. I'm painting, well, I shouldn't be convinced. I already know Lord bless us with these ideas. We had the 21s for, not saying a while. We had them for a while. They weren't made today. That's virtually impossible. We were working on 21s for a bit, because I've actually said it a few times throughout a few of the demonstrations what we're working on. But it all comes, it's a little complicated to talk about. It's all about the concentration of the product. That's what it comes down to. Sometimes there are things that can be added to a product to cloud it. And by clouding it, it basically cuts down on the performance of the product. Now, to get it in its raw element and to be able to display it on that level, that's where you want it to be at. But the problem is that you're going to have some form of way of applying it. And usually roller is not one of them. So it has to be applied through a paint sprayer. But this right here now gives us the ability to be able to have it in a concentrated form, its first advanced form, and use it with a basic 9-inch nat roller without the screen streaking, because the formula is too thin. See how beautiful that looks? There's no streak marks in the screen. The only imperfections you see is actually the surface itself, which the wear and tear down through time. And that's what's beautiful about it. So that makes it easier for my customers, and it makes it easier for me, because quite frankly, I do not want to be upstairs with a paint sprayer blasting away at one of my screens, and I got all this stuff in the house that I have to go over and clean. If you're doing it outside, fantastic, but inside my home, no, I don't want to be doing that. So I want something I can easily roll and be done with it. On top of that, with the respiratory issues, I ain't too happy about wearing a mask over top of my face so that I can barely breathe, and on top of that, basically using a paint sprayer. I'd rather use it outside because there's more airflow, even though I'm still wearing a mask, and it's a lot more comfortable for me. So I try to put myself in my customers' shoes of how would they feel about doing this. And to be able now to just roll this on, oh man, it's such a relief. And I always tell people, at the end of the day, don't even thank me. Thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He gets the credit for it. I get nothing. Oh, I'm going to go paint my screen. I'm painting my screen right now. My 235.1, I'm painting with this today. All right, people, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you all for your time. I'm going to get ready to get my screen painted over here, and I'll be back on tomorrow. Thank you all, and God bless.